Now, research across achievement domains, academics, business, sports, has distinguished two types of competitive minds. These two differences are more pronounced in golf than in almost any other domain. It's what we call a mastery orientation or an ego orientation. And those of you with a mastery orientation are called mastery golfers, or what we call ego golfers. Now, only one of these approaches will work for you regardless of the circumstances. Only one will work for any golfer regardless of ability. And only one will make it possible to play fearless golf. That is a mastery golfer. Now, in order to find out which one you are, let me ask you a simple question. Why do you play golf?
Well, I really enjoy playing with the best players and coming out on top. I also really like knowing that I'm better than most people at something.
Well, for me, I love to shoot in the 70s, and, you know, it's nice to hit that great shot in front of a big crowd.
My main motivation is to beat the snot out of my friends. They're always all over me on the golf course, and I just love to come out on top.
Based on those comments, you all fit into the ego golfer category. The reason I know this is because you're all striving to look good instead of trying to perfect and refine your craft, in this case, golf. There's nothing to worry about. Most people fall into that category. The key is to learn about each type of golfer and make sure we transition you into a mastery golfer. Now remember, a true mastery golfer is a true fearless golfer. So let's start with you guys, the ego golfer. When you are playing well, you're trying to hit good shots, but the reasons why you're trying to hit good shots are to improve your image to others, to secure bragging rights, to beat other golfers, to appear competent, essentially to show off. When things aren't going as well, maybe when you lose a little confidence, your ego golfer psyche changes completely. Now the motivation behind why you're playing is you're trying to avoid embarrassment. You're trying to not worsen your stature, maybe protect a lead. Essentially, you start playing golf to not make mistakes, to not lose, to not miss shots. You're in the psychological equivalent of the prevent defense in football. Now, ego golfers are more concerned with the end result and not necessarily the path it takes to get there. Therefore, it leads to great inconsistency and, more importantly, fear. Now, let's examine the golfer you need to become in order to play more fearless golf. Let's meet the mastery golfer.
A mastery golfer enjoys everything that golf throws at them. The greater the challenge, the more fun they have. Because they focus on improvement relative to their own current capabilities, their standards and goals are self-set rather than set by others. Mastery golfers do not care who their competitors are, because they don't view golf as a competition between players. Rather, they see golf as the process of playing a golf course as well as they can with the skills they possess. They know that golf is at times unpredictable, and although they cannot control the unpredictable, they react the same way each time, with increased effort, determination, and passion for playing.
Here are the components of a mastery golfer. Mastery golfers are focused on learning and task mastery. Their standards for excellence are self-imposed and self-judged. They aren't concerned about what others think, and they're always striving for continual improvement regardless of their performance. This philosophy in Japan is known as Kaizen. People who aspire to Kaizen get lost in the details, puzzles, and mysteries of the game. They see their task as mastering those details and understanding the mysteries. Tiger Woods is certainly a proponent of Kaizen.
The drive is always to get better. You can always get better no matter what. No matter how good you get, you can always get better. It's a never-ending struggle, and that's the fun part.
It's the reason that Tiger can turn a 2-shot lead into an 8-shot victory. Mastery golfers are also consistently refining their skills. Poor shots lead to curiosity and greater motivation. Now take a look at this quote from one of golf's brightest young talents, Jonathan Byrd.
When it's all said and done, it's more fun. The hours I've had practicing until dark when it's just me and my instructor and the game. It's so much more satisfying than standing in front of a crowd and them cheering you on. That's great too, but the hours working on it when nobody is there are more satisfying. You never know if you'll stay that way because money and stuff changes people, but I think I'll always enjoy the challenge. I love to compete and win. but I enjoy the process of making my swing more perfect, shots even more pure.
Now that's a powerful statement from a great young golfer. Now one more key component of the Mastery Golfer is that they view golf as a game between themselves and the golf course. The golf course is their opponent, not other people. For Mastery Golfers, it has nothing to do with the other player on the golf course. Now that we know what a Mastery Golfer is, let's go to work on how to become one.
Jeff Ogilvy said that when I was a kid, I'd throw clubs around. I realize now that I was getting angry for everyone else around me, not for me. When you get that, that's the day you fix it. When you play by yourself, you never smack the bag with a club or get angry, ever, because there's no audience. After you hit a shot, you get angry because you want the person you're trying to impress to think that you're better than this. I think that's the root of it for 9 out of 10 people.
Okay, Ria, welcome back. Now, one of the things that we know about great competitors in any domain, whether they're golf or basketball or swimming, is that they love to test themselves. They love to challenge themselves and play little games. And here's a little game. It's a variation of a lot of games that we play in golf, based on what we call the zone of proximal development. Now, the zone of proximal development in psychology is defined as a series of escalating levels, where once you master one level, you work hard to move to the next level. So, for example, in this game, we set up a little square box with our clubs, and we've got 4 bundles of 5 golf balls. And we get guided by what in psychology is called the zone of proximal development, which means a series of escalating challenges. So we're going to try to hit 5 balls and see how many you can put in that box. And whatever that number is, we're not going to let you leave the range today until you improve upon that number. And when you come back tomorrow, we're going to keep improving and immerse ourselves in that process of the zone of proximal development. Let's hit a set and see how you do. Okay, so in that first set, you got 2. Now, again, one of the things that we're always talking about with continual challenge and continual improvement in the zone of proximal development is it's okay that you got 2. It would have been okay if you got none. On this set, you know, with these remaining balls, you have to get 3. And if you get 3 today, we're going to come back and we're going to try for 4 tomorrow. And what we'll continually do is we'll keep moving back and test our skills, right? Let's see you do another set. Nice job.